Going on, Falcon fan? This your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So today we're going to talk about training camp day 8. So guys, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys out here that I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in here and talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So guys, competition is still at a high level for these guys going into day 8. Of course, they got one more day on Saturday and then day off on Sunday before they get into their first week of preseason. Can't wait to see it. But these guys, defense, offense, going back and forth. It seems like today, once again, the defense have won the day. We're starting to hear that more and more. That's a good thing for our defense. Kind of success for our offense. Hopefully, we can see these guys go up against other guys in competition and see how good that defense really is. Um, Matchups for AJ Terrell, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Jalen Hawkins. Both of those defenders making great plays on both of those pass catchers. AJ getting a deflection guarding Drake, and Hawkins getting a deflection guarding Pitt. So good things like that. You like to hear coming out of camp. Guys that stood out today, of course, Kyle Pitts. I think he shows out every day. The highlight play he's putting on somebody um, each day in that secondary. Um, Ade Okundeji and AK-47 Armor Evan Katie, both of those guys um, shine the day in pass rush, getting the ball out the hand. There are two quarterbacks, making them misfire on a couple of passes. Word on the day that the two quarterbacks probably had their worst day today because of that defense. Um, Felipe Franks going in, um, playing tight end, still looking good at that position, but also throwing passes today as well. Get him ready for a preseason snaps, I'm pretty sure, because the Atlanta Falcons did not bring in another arm, a camp arm to throw with these guys. And I can't imagine these guys playing the whole game preseason. So Felipe Franks is definitely going to get some snaps in preseason. So him actually going in and throwing the ball today is a good thing. Isaiah Oliver is back with the ones. Of course, you know he was on the snap count to start the training count. Come back off that injury, he was making some runs with the twos. Now he actually back in, making the runs with the ones again. So good to see that from somebody like um, Isaiah Oliver. The offensive line battle is still going on at the center position. Um, Drew Dalmas actually came in today, starting at center. So like we expected, they're still going back and forth. Elijah Wilkins started his another day at left guard, and Jalen Mayfield actually has a back injury, so he did not participate in practice today. Archie Smith said they're gonna look at it again next week to see where they stand with Jalen Mayfield. Of course, lower back injuries can be tricky. And then Brian Edwards was working with the ones again. He's still in the yellow jersey, so he probably still a little tender, but he's back out there. It's good to see that. Um, Probably taking a light for Brian Edwards till he get back to 100%. Okay, we also heard from the coach today and a couple of players. Coach Smith talked about guys, putting those quarterbacks in pressure situations. We always talk about situational football. These guys got to know how to react to that. Especially a young rookie like Desmond Ritter. Um, that's what we want to see because nobody's going to be able to stop the play. Nobody's going to be able to tell you what you did wrong. You're gonna have to be able to react. You have to be able to know what you're doing in those situations. So it's good to put these guys in these situational football. Of course, it's all scripted right now, but eventually, when the real games start to happen, these guys got to feel comfortable with being able to put in those different situations. So he talked about that today. He talked about the running back position that these guys are all out there competing. Um, it's hard right now to tell who's in the lead or not in the lead, and things like that. He's like the idea that all these guys can catch the ball out of the backfield. Um, so he definitely said it's way too early to kind of give an idea who's leading in that running back room. But we kind of can know who those guys going to be. Um, Talked about the secondary. We talked about it earlier, how the secondary looks real good. Um, like I said, these guys are making plays all over the field. Right now, every guy probably in secondary have made a great play to this point. So you love to see things like that. He also was asked about the pressure of this defense, how he think this defense is gonna be able to provide pressure this year against opposing offenses. Like we already been here in the camp, they already look like they're improving in that area. We do have a young group of outside linebackers with Carter being probably the veteran in there, but he hasn't been in the league that long as well. You got Okendeji in his second year, then we have the two rookies out there, right? So things like that. Um, and he was honest. He basically said that he liked what he see in camp and he liked what he see in practice, but you just hope those guys can translate that into a real scenario against other teams on the field. Um, And then the last question was asked, which I really respect this from a head coach. He said he don't play games. He like to let guys know where they're stand. So if a guy's not playing well, he's not gonna sugarcoat it. He's gonna let them know the truth. That's what you want to do as any player, as anybody in any walk of life. If you want to know where you stand with people, right? You don't like fakeness. You want to be somebody to be real, tell you the truth. And he said he don't play games. So a guy is not surprised if they're not going to make the squad because he's up front with them right up, and that's the way you need to be. You would like to play for a guy like that because you know you're staying right. If you can ask a guy, hey, what do I need to do to get better? He gonna be straight with you and let you know. Oh, you ain't got no chance. It's just these guys better than you. He's just gonna let you know. That's what you like from a coach, to be honest and straightforward and don't play in the games. All right, that's it from the head coach. We also heard from the unicorn Kyle Pitts. He's continued talking about getting better, trying to learn the defense. He loved the way Dean Pease keeps showing him different looks. Um, he's just learning different techniques to be able to get off the line of scrimmage against different defenders. The more and more practice he get with that, the more he's going to be unstoppable. And he's not going to be hard to cover that guy. Um, he also talked about playing in the preseason. He definitely want to play in the preseason. I think it's good for all these guys to play in the preseason, get a couple of snaps there. At the end of the day, they football players. I know everybody kind of nervous about injuries and things like that, but these guys are young. They need to get out there. They need to be able um, to see what we can actually do as a team. There's no need of putting guys, holding guys back and things like that. These guys need to actually get out there and play some football. At the same time, the coaching staff do need to look at some of these young guys and see what they're able to do so we can create that depth. But we definitely going to get some run, unlike last year when Kyle Pitts only had 3 snaps in the entire preseason. And then the last question we asked Kyle Pitts were his chemistry with Marcus Mariota. He said it's growing every day. Arthur Smith the other day mentioned that one of the issues what I've been seeing as well is the deep pass with both of these quarterbacks. That chemistry has to get there. You're gonna have to take big shots. You can't always check down and throw the intermediate routes. You got to be able to take some big shots every now and then. So that chemistry, throwing the ball down the field, getting the timing down with these receivers is going to be crucial for these tight ends and receivers and the quarterbacks. So the more they can do that, um, it's still early in camp. Like I said, it's just training camp day 8. But some things you want to see improve, as we go. And we definitely want to see the deep pass starting to They start to hit on that more. A lot of times the defense is just playing so well on some of these deep passes, but um, if these guys got to step, they got to start. The quarterback got to start putting in the spot to actually give these guys a chance to catch the ball, especially with all these big body pass catchers that we have. And then last 2 guys we heard something from today was John Fitzpatrick, Ricky tight end out of Georgia. He's still in, getting into the scheme. He loved the fact that Arthur Smith is an offensive minded coach. He knows he's going to play a lot of 12 and 13 personnel, learning from the veterans Kyle Pitts is second year, but learning to pass and run game, how to run block and pass block, um, from both of those positions, as tight end. So John Fitzpatrick is definitely getting a lot of opportunities, getting a lot of reps to show what he can able to do as well. We're going to be able to see a lot of him in training camp. I mean, in preseason. So I can't wait to see that. To see if he can actually expand his game for what he did in college when he was more of a blocking tight end. But using that 6'7" frame, maybe he can get out and actually start catching some passes as well. And then the last person we heard from today is Ade Okendeji. Um, Okendeji talking about working, being in the scheme in his second year, being able to utilize his length, being able to understand every guy on pass rush. He talked about the young rookies, how they're coming along. They're real intelligent. Both of those guys played a long time in college, so they're a little bit more mature. Things like that. They understand each other's weaknesses. He said the biggest thing is for the decent defense knowing what everybody else doing. Of course, you need to know your job, but if you know what your teammates doing and what they supposed to be doing, it helps you stay in your pass rush lanes. Everybody's doing their pass rush. Everybody doing their job. Um, the quarterback won't have nowhere to go. He can't step up in the pocket if the guys in the middle is coming, penetrating the pocket. The guys keep contained on the outside. He can't step outside. He has nowhere to go. That's the whole idea of the defense. We definitely hope that being the second year, these guys can actually start to play faster without thinking. And Dean Pease already mentioned he's going to open up the playbook. I anticipate a lot more pressures this year from Dean Pease, not just with the front four, but a lot of pressure coming from all over the field. If you go back to the video I've had back probably about a month ago now, talking about pressures. Everybody talks about 18 sacks, but the big deal for any defense is all about the pressures. The more pressures you can get, the better opportunities you can have to create turnovers, create big plays, help your secondary out, and things like that. So definitely want to be able to improve in the sack category, but I want to see more pressures. I think that's the whole idea of getting these young, fast, athletic outside linebackers that we got to actually go put some pressure on the quarterbacks. So guys, that's all I have today. They got, like I said, they got one more practice tomorrow. We'll see how these guys finish up before they get into their first week again. In preparation for a preseason game against the Detroit Lions. As always, protect the team, stay healthy, and keep the competition up. And this is your boy Ricondo. Come back at you with another video. Peace.